Good morning, Hawkeye traders. Happy Wednesday. This is Anthony Special. How's everybody doing today? Before we jump in, of course, we just need to disclose that everything we share with you today is, of course, educational purposes only, not to be taken as financial advice. So with that, let's jump in. Today, I wanted to talk about the S&P and the indices. We're seeing a sell-off going on right now, and I want to talk about some seasonality. I want to talk about what's going on, but I also want to talk about how this was easily predicted at the end of last week using Hawkeye tools. So, the S&P index seasonality for September is negative. It's not not typically a positive month. So this is actually the strongest sell-off month of the year. So I just wanted to point that out. Not that you needed to know this because we're going to show you how the chart told you this, but I just want it to be clear that you guys know this is typically one of the heaviest sell-off months of the year for the S&P. Take a look here at the pitchfork. This is more of a traditional technical analysis. You could see that the price basically touched the top line there right before it started to fall. It did make a new high, so did the Nasdaq. But with that, you could see that that's where it stumbled, and now we're moving into a sell-off. So this is also something I want to share with you guys. This kind of tracks seasonality over year after year over a long period of time. And the reason I want to share this year is a little different than most years. This is an election year. So you could see, and it's highlighted here in the yellow bubble, that not only does it typically sell off, the S&P normally in an election year will rally in the beginning of September before it breaks to the downside. So I wanted to share that with you guys to just know that this is an election year. There's a lot of political tension. There's a lot of economical tension with the pandemic and everything going on in this country and in the world for that matter. So I just thought it was key to talk about that and let you guys see that in black and white, not just mention it. So the S&P, the 10-year cycle rallies into September 24th, then pulls back slightly. The 20-year cycle makes a major high on September 2nd and then sells off all month. The 30-year cycle makes a high on September 5th and then sells off into September 27th. The 60-year cycle sells off all month long. The 20, 30, and 60-year cycles all sell off from September 5th into September 27th. Some key turning point dates for this month: the 4th of September, the 11th of September, 21st of September, and the 28th of September. The 4th is interesting as that ties in with the 30-year decennial pattern, and that's kind of where we saw the end of last week and where this all started to unfold. Let's jump into the charts real quick. Take a look here over at the S&P on the weekly chart. I have a downward white arrow in the top right corner. That is a Hawkeye wide bar with negative volume. If I took the wide bar coloring off, it would be red. So we call that a red top. At the end of last week, we finished the week negative. We made a new high, but we finished the week on a negative bias. If we look at the monthly chart in the bottom right, we also see a white arrow that, we are starting to transpire in the same direction on the monthly chart. Now, obviously, September just started. We have three plus weeks or so to go before the month's over, but we could see that red top on the monthly chart is starting to form. So, we're starting to get that breakout to the downside. Looking at the daily here, the trend just turned to the short side. We have volume confluence on both higher time frames. We still got a little mix of trend there. This certainly hasn't made for a clear entry yet, but at the end of last week it had clearly identified that there was going to be a reversal coming, so it was easy to know going into this week what we were looking at. Taking a look at the Nasdaq, almost identical, made new highs, also wide bar, red volume, closing out for the last week. Signified last Friday at the close of the session that we knew the likeliness of a reversal happening this week was super high probability, and sure enough, it's happening. Same thing on the monthly chart. You can see we have a red top forming, but once again we have several weeks to go before that that candle is closed. On the daily chart, it's starting to break out to the downside. there's really not enough supporting volume or enough trend change on higher time frames to administer a trade. But the clarity here is that what we saw Friday really set the precedence. The close of last week set the precedence of what was coming for this week, and that's the power of Hawkeye. The power is to know what's going to happen before it happens. The leading indicator is volume, and that is in fact what is telling us what was coming. I want to just take a look at the Dow real quick. The Dow never successfully made new highs, but if you look at the weekly chart where my arrow is, it did retest the high and plot a weekly red bar. Now, is it a fresh top? No, but it did top out before it failed to the downside. Same thing on the monthly. Once again, it never successfully broke through above the previous high, but it is plotting another red bar on the downside. We don't have any indication yet, although we see it breaking the crash barrier. We don't have any indication of a downward trend entry yet on the Dow. The Dow typically lags. The Nasdaq seems to be the front runner right now. The S&P seems to fall in suit, and the Dow seems to be lagging a little bit. But guys, the purpose for showing you all the information in the beginning of this video and then showing you the charts is all that information was irrelevant in the beginning, and the chart, if you know how to read it and understand what the indicators are telling you, it just paints the picture right in front of you. So I thought that was really important for you guys to see firsthand. Today I wanted to share this with you. Wake up with determination and go to bed with satisfaction. Guys, get up and accomplish something first thing in the morning. Accomplish something throughout the day. Just you'll go to bed satisfied. And it really takes discipline, determination. It takes consistency. And with that, you will live a much more fulfilled life. I want to just take a second and remind you guys this week and this week only, in honor of Labor Day, 25% off all of our Hawkeye indicators. So head on over to HawkeyeTraders.com if you need to upgrade to a higher indicator package, or if you're ready to get started, go ahead and take advantage of the sale. There's no reason not to save yourself 25%. If you're not ready to jump into that just quite yet, click the link below. As always, there's a great webinar there that will fill you in on everything you need to know. Any questions, comments, email me, email us at Hawkeye Traders, visit us at the website, or give us a call, 888-233-8598. With that, guys, I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a blessed day and a profitable day. Take care. Bye-bye.